Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2. And today I'm going to be giving you part 9 of What If Naruto Was Disowned by Everyone. Remember to get this one to 300 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also, go ahead and check out the new episode of What If Naruto. Learn the clone secret in the beginning and enjoy that guys. And also, I posted a new episode of What If Naruto was given a second chance over an Anime King, so go ahead and enjoy it as well. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time hearing my voice, and you enjoy the videos on both Anime King and Anime King 2, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all for helping and support. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying and talking back to all of you. So yeah, without further ado, with this we begin this new episode. Start the intro. So, the last spot we left off, as Naruto took one of Tsunade's punches as he coughed up some blood, as Tsunade wondered why didn't he evade that, as Jiraiya and others then came as they went to one of the local bars, as indeed Naruto did came here to talk, as Sabeki asked Tsunade to come back so that she could heal her father, but she said no, as Jiraiya wondered why did the both of them hate each other so much. We then go into a flashback, as Naruto had took every single one in the casino money. Tsunade was the last one remaining, as the both of them started getting on each other's nerves and cursed as they went outside. As the both of them started to battle, Naruto was surprised how fast and strong she was, as he injured her leg. She was healing it, but because of the amount of alcohol that she consumed, she was unable to heal it properly, so he brought her back to her hotel room. As the both of them started to talk, this kid was trying to prove to her that perverts aren't really bad, as he asked her if she wanted to have sex. She was surprised at that and wanted to punch him, but he told her how short life is in this ninja world, and if you don't enjoy every single bit of it, you will go out of life without, enjoying anything. After a bit and back and front with the both of them went at it, as Tsunade couldn't believe how much she enjoyed it. Next morning though, he was gone, as Shizune came and asked her where all the money was, as he took all of it. Ended the flashback, as Naruto gave Tsunade a suitcase full of money to make sure to cover for everything that he took, and also a bit extra. But Tsunade wanted to go to one of the casinos as they went, as Naruto saw that Gato was there, as they started to play as him and Gato clean out the entire table, as Tsunade let Naruto play for her. Both him and Gato then go up against each other, as Naruto won a large sum of money and gave it all to Tsunade, as she was surprised he would give her this much, but he told her to take it, that money doesn't really mean a value to him. Gato ended up buying the hotel in this place, as he made them stay there for free, as he enjoyed the game, and that kind of money didn't even put a scratch on his bank account. Later that night, Jiraiya was wanting to find out what that Naruto was up to, as he was peeping. He wanted to see if the kid would do anything to Sabeki. But the next thing he noticed, Tsunade came into Naruto's room, as she was wearing a robe as she dropped it, as she had nothing on. Jiraiya was surprised when he saw Tsunade went down, as he couldn't believe what he was seeing. But this was splendid work for his next book, so he started to pull out his notebook and write. The next morning, he was still pissed off about what he saw, but he didn't say anything because these books are going to make him a fortune. Suddenly Jiraiya then collapsed down, as Naruto knew that he recognized something about that waitress. Jiraiya was poisoned, as Orochimaru and Kimimaro then came there. Orochimaru knew that Naruto could not fight at his place now, so they started a battle, as Naruto told Kimimaro that he was the one that had been poisoning him all along, as Orochimaru wanted Tsunade to heal Kimimaro so he could take over his body, just in case he didn't get the Uchiha. But Orochimaru couldn't tell Naruto the secret, because if he did, Sasuke wouldn't have the vengeance to go after him. As Naruto started to battle the both of them, telling Sabeki and the others to stay back. Orochimaru smirked when he realized that Kimimaro was getting the upper hand. Even though Naruto was powerful, he couldn't take on two of them without using his Mangekyou, and his Harajuku nothing, only his ice style. They could kill him. But then Naruto used a device. Orochimaru cursed when he saw what it was, as Naruto break the limit between him and the Kyuubi. So you wouldn't know that he was joining the Kyuubi's power, but you would undergo the full power in his system to be able to use that well. Kimimaro tried to attack Naruto, but he didn't stand a chance as he was brutally knocked down. As Naruto was about to kill him, Orochimaru, seeing his chance wide open, he went after Tsunade. As Naruto flashed over there quickly, deactivating the power that he went under, as he took the stab right through his shoulder, surprising Tsunade, as he told that he would protect her. As Orochimaru pulled out his blade, as Naruto had deactivated the power because he knew if he had get stabbed by the Kusanagi blade and heal in seconds, they would have found it suspicious. As Orochimaru used his chance to retreat, seeing that Kimimaro was heavily injured, as they headed off. As Tsunade simply sighed, but she was grateful to the kid otherwise. So yeah guys, that was basically the last part we left off. You guys switch across the list and check it for yourself. So, what is we begin this new episode? Konoha, Hokage's office. Damn it, here we go again, Minato muttered, signing another document. I almost missed my coma. True, he was finally cleared from the hospital, and cleared to go and do his duty, which pleased his wife greatly, seeing that she was doing all the work while he was out. Screw it all, Minato said. I'd rather fight the Raikage. At least he can prove me with some challenge. Still, he said as he remembered the day of the attack, as he wondered what was that back then. It sure as hell wasn't Orochimaru, I just know it. But if not Orochimaru, then who? No one was there and no one could, except for Sobeki with a Hiroshin. But there was no way she's able to put me in a coma in a matter of seconds. You're wondering about it again, aren't you? The door opened up. Kushina. Finally, I see something pleasant today, he said. As Kushina giggled. Enjoying your work, I see. Tuh, laugh all you want, he said. Laugh at your poor husband who bought that tale about how great it was to be a Hokage. Relax, Minato, she said. At least I'm not worried sick about your safety. Every day. Yeah, instead we have to worry about our daughter, said Minato. Yeah, said Kushina with a frown. But at least now we have someone who can look after her, while we cannot. Really? Who? Jin Kazaraki, said Kushina. As Minato's eyes widened. You mean Jin Kazaraki? That Jin Kazaraki? Well, there's only one person I know by that name, she said. Didn't I tell you? Tell me what, asked Minato. I sent him with Jiraiya and Sobeki for our little girl protection. And that was the right decision. He managed to save her life on that journey. Oh, said Minato. Well, I still don't trust him, Minato said. Come on, Minato, said Kushina. It's clear that Sobeki is head over heels for that guy. That is exactly why I don't like him, said Minato. You are a very hard man, you know that? Said Kushina. Minato smirked, sure, especially in certain parts. Kushina's eyebrow rose. Did you just mean what I think you mean? As Minato smirked, I already ordered another Dex this morning. Meanwhile, on Konoha streets, that movie was so nice, Sakura said with hearts in her eyes. What do you think, Sasuke-kun, she said. I guess. What about you, Sobeki, said Sasuke. Well, the movie itself was nice, but what was that about several color chakra? Chakra is always blue, but she herself remembered that she used a red chakra one time, that's a strange thing. And Jin himself used black chakra. Yes, true, said Jin, agreeing with her. Why do you think Kakashi asked us to watch his film? I don't know. Look out, she said, as she pushed Sasuke out of the way, as a woman nearly trampled him with a horse. Thanks, Sasuke said. You're welcome, said Sobeki. But why was she in such a hurry like that? Suddenly, 4 more horsemen dashed past him and surrounded that unknown woman. Hey, Sakura said. That's Fushikase Yuki. What is she doing here? I don't know, Sobeki said. But perhaps we should help her. Please, Yuki, said a voice. Only you can play Princess Fune, and I refuse, Yuki said. There's no way I'm going back to that country ever again. If you refuse to play, then I will make sure you will never work as an actress again. I don't care, leave me alone, Sandia. Hey, what's going on here, said Sobeki as she intervened. Oh, I'm sorry for the confusion, the old man said. My name is Sandia, and I'm Yuki-san's producer. Ah, I see, said Sobeki. So what's the problem then, she asked. Well, in order to make this movie, Sandia said, we need to go to Snow Country, and Yuki-san here. I will not go there, she shouted, and you won't make me. Yes, Yuki-san's afraid of something. We even went as far to order a team to help us with our trip. Wait a second, Sakura said. That is why Kakashi-sensei told us to watch that movie. We are your team, she said. Yes, it seems that way, said Sasuke. It doesn't matter, Yuki shouted. Shinobi or not, I'm not going back to that damn country. Alright, let's try this, Sobeki said. Yuki-san, it's clear that you're afraid to go there. But you should embrace your fears instead of running from them. Look them in the eye and, damn it, where's Jin when I need him? His convincing speech are so different and a lot better than mine. Sasuke scowled at that. Wait, Jin, said Yuki. As in Jin Kazuraki. Yes, said Sabiki. As Yuki eyes lit up. You know him? Please tell me that you do. Yes, I do. We all do, in a matter of fact, said Sasuke. Thank God, said Yuki in relief. Please take me to him. At Konoha Hospital, Tsunade screamed as her back was hitting the wall repeatedly. You do realize that it was supposed to be a medical checkup, right? A simple checkup. Yes, said Tsunade, but I just can't help it, she said, as she released another rather loud scream before the both of them collapsed down in the bed. Well, that was nice, said Jin. Yes, it was, said Tsunade. I can't believe I'm enjoying sex with a kid. Hey, that kid made you pass out twice, Nerd said, zipping his pants up. By the way, you do know that Uncle was standing outside this door the entire time, right? Nah, don't worry, it's a soundproof room. She didn't hear a thing. Oh, okay, Nerd said as he was about to leave. Also, next time think of another way to call me here. This has been my 14th checkup for this past week. Fine. Now get the hell out of here. I have a job to do, she said, as Nerd simply chuckled as he left the room. Damn, what took you, Uncle said, as she got up from her chair. What the hell was she checking up on you for so long for? I don't really know. Perhaps you should ask her next time, said Naruto. You bet your ass I will, Uncle said. Now let's go. We have more missions to kill people. Uncle, Naruto said with a smile. You're the best sensei I could have ever hoped for. Outside, so how do you want to do this? Speedrun? Combat run? Asked Uncle as she pointed to Hokage's tower. Or maybe you can just carry me back to your place. And we go to the Hokage's tower 2 hours later. As Naruto raised the eyebrow, sure, he wouldn't mind. Well, any other time. After an hour with Tsunade, yeah, he was kind of drained. Maybe another time, he said. Aw, said Uncle. Uncle, as an unwinner cat mask landed right in front of them. Oh, it's Yujiyo-san, Naruto said. How are you doing? Fine, thank you. Yujiyo nodded. But I'm here to give you a message. You are ordered to be at the Hokage's tower ASAP. Me or Uncle, Naruto asked. Both. Alright, speedrun it is, said Naruto. Hey, get back here, you cheating bitch, Uncle shouted, as she ran after him. Damn, I think I'm getting old, said Minato as he massaged his temples. Apparently, that actor, Yuki, was trying to jeopardize one of the missions. Oh dear, poor girl doesn't want to go to Snow Country. Well, who gives a crap? I certainly don't. She was already getting on Minato's bad list. But after she asked for Jin to be there, she was now on the top 50 of that list. The door then opened. Hokage-sama, said Uncle. Were you requesting for her presence? Yes, but, said Minato. Jin! As Yuki rushed towards Naruto and enveloped in a tight hug. What the? Naruto looked down. Yuki? What the hell are you doing here? They want to bring me back, she shouted. Back to Snow Country. As Naruto's eyes narrowed. Who wants to do that? My producer, she said. As Naruto's blade appeared in his hand as he raised his hand up. But before he could bring it down on the man's skull, as a kunai was at his throat. Father, Sobeki yelled. Lower your weapon, Kisaraki, said Minato. This is your only warning. Who are you, Naruto says. He looked at Sandia. I am Yuki. Don't give me this crap, Naruto said. Tell me who you really are. I won't repeat myself, Kisaraki, said Minato, but Naruto ignored him. I am a samurai under the 50th bridge, under the true ruler of Snow Country, Kazahana. So said Susama, said Sandia, as Naruto lowered his blade. Just as I expected, as Naruto sheathed his blade as it disappeared. Now tell me, why do you want Yuki there? Our people are losing hope. We need a symbol, a reason to fight for. Slam. As everyone was surprised, as Naruto ducked under Minato kunai and slammed Sandia in the wall. As Sabeki never saw Jin so angry before. You selfish son of a bitch, Naruto yelled. I understand that you morons are just looking for a way to die, and I'm fine with that. You are old and useless, just like your people. And if you all die, no one will miss you. But you're not satisfied with that. No, you want to bring an innocent girl down with you, just because she's a daughter of this weak leader. And you'd ruin her career just because your damn people want hope? How dare you, Sandia shouted back. Sosetsu was a great and kind man, a generous and weak Naruto interrupted. Because he died like a useless fool and left his only child with nothing but nightmares. Koyuki-han, said Sandia. How can you allow this ingrate fool to speak about your father like this? I can, because I agree with him completely. And don't you dare call him that. He's worth more all than you and your people together. Koyuki-han? Said Sandia with a shocked look on his face. Enough, Kizaraki, said Minato. As he placed a hand on Naruto's shoulder, put the man down. Fine. As Sandia collapsed down on his knees. As Sandia coughed, Hokage-sama, I paid you a lot of money for this mission. Minato raised an eyebrow. Well, that's true. As Naruto's eyes narrowed, wait, you can't let him do that. Yes, I understand what you're saying, but a mission is a mission. Jin, Yuki whispered. Naruto frowned. Sorry, Yuki. Look like my hands are tied this time. I'm still a Jin and I don't have any authority here. I understand, she said. As she turned her head at Minato. Hokage-sama, she said. Yes. I want him to come with me on this mission, she said, pointing at Jin. Minato was about to decline, but then you remember it was an A-rank mission, so the payment was more than nice. Well, Kisaraki is still a genin, so he will have to go with his sensei uncle here, and that will cost— I don't care. Name your price, said Yuki. As Sasuke glared, I don't think his presence will be necessary. Our team is more than capable of defending you. I will decide what is necessary, boy. So, do you agree, Hokage-sama? Said Yuki. So, said Minato with a smile on his face. Nice to have business with you, miss. Time skip. As the group was on the deck of a ship. I'm sorry I couldn't stop it, Naruto said the frown. It's okay, she said. I understand that you did all you could. Not all, Naruto said, but I did everything that I was allowed to at that time. But still you're here, going back to your precious family. Yeah, but at least I have you with me, so I'm not losing all hope, she said. Right, don't lose it. That's all people like you and I have, he said. She looked at him as she was about to say something. Yuki-san, we're ready to begin the filming, one of the crew members said. Come in, she said. Jin, I'll talk to you later. Yeah. Jin? Yeah, Sabeki, Naruto said. It looks like you know Yuki-san pretty well. Yeah, you could say that. A pair of breasts and connect to the back of his head as two arms wrapped around his neck. And where from? Naruto rolled his eyes. First of all, stop doing that in public, uncle. Secondly, get off me. Fine, fine. Now spill, where did you get this girl? Well, it's a long story. It's a long trip, said Sabeki. Alright, as you probably already guessed, her real name is Kazahana Koyoke. And she has a really messed up family. Yeah, we got that, said uncle, but what's the reason? The reason's quite simple. Yuki uncle, man named Dodo, wanted to be the ruler instead of his brother. So what did he do? He planned a coup and hired shinobis and took over by force. I wasn't lying when I said that Yuki's father was a weakling. That was damn true. He didn't even put up a resistance when they tried to kill him. But even after taking over, Dodo was not satisfied for some reason. He wanted Yuki. What for? Asked Sabeki. I don't know, and quite frankly, I don't care. But she escaped, and he brought her back. So that's the story, said the uncle. You saved the princess from our big bad uncle. How romantic. Actually, you're wrong, Naruto said. I was the one who caught her and brought her back. Sabeki's eyes widened. But why would you do that? Because I was a mercenary, of course. Dodo offered me a large sum of money. And it was not very difficult work. So that's the story, said uncle. He didn't want to pay you, so you took the girl from him and ran. Sorry, we're wrong again, Naruto said. I did take the girl and ran, but not because Dodo didn't want to pay me. Quite the opposite, in fact. He offered me a large bonus for completing the task so quickly. Then why did you do what you did? Said Sabeki. I did it. After she told me her story, Naruto said. The one that I just told you now. Flashback. So, are you happy with yourself? Yuki asked. She was sitting on the floor of her cell. Well, I will be lying if I say that I'm not. I got the money and you ruined my life. Oh, come on now, said Naruto. He's your uncle after all. That didn't stop him from killing my father. Jane eyebrow rose. What did you say? He didn't tell you, He killed my father and the rest of our family, she said. No, he didn't, Naruto said. This changes nothing. It's too late for me now. Hey, what's wrong with you, said Yuki. As Naruto's vision started to blur as he saw Dodo's face in his mind, the face then shifted and became Itachi's face. Are you alright, one of the security guards said as he ran over. Slash! Naruto sliced off the man's head. Yuki yelled as she covered her remote with her two hands. As Naruto sank to his knees and started to breathe heavily. What? What are you doing? She asked. Stand back, Naruto said. Stand back? For what? Stand back, he said. As she stood back as he slashed at the bars, as they fell down to the ground. Come on, he said. What? Where are you taking me? She asked. Away. You... Why? Just take my hand, he said. As she took it, the both of them then vanished and reappeared a distance away from the castle. How? She asked. I always have a trump card, Naruto said. Come. I'll carry you out of here. But why? You brought me here in the first place. Let's just say I had a change of heart. But if you want to stay so much. No, of course not, she said. As she took his arm and got on his back. What do you want for this? She said. As Naruto closed his eyes, he remembered Mikoto's gentle smile. Just stay alive. Promise me that, okay? As her eyes widened. I will, she said. End of the flashback. I don't understand, said Uncle. You're so cold-blooded, yet you couldn't let one girl die for a sum of money. Naruto paused. How should he explain that she just reminded him of Mikoto-san so much? Let's just drop it, okay? I did it, and it's just that. But I did it right under Dodo's nose. So he's now offering a bounty for my head as well. Well, that's just... Sobiki was interrupted by one of the crew members. Hey, look at this! As Naruto turned his head. Well, I'll be damned. A goddamn iceberg. This is a gift from the heavens. Let's continue right there, the director said. Moments later on the iceberg. Man, that director is surely messed up in the head, Naruto said. Yeah, but you have to give this girl credit. She sure knows how to place it, Uncle. Well, she is after all, Naruto said, but he was suddenly interrupted. Kizuraki. As Naruto turned to see Kakashi and Sasuke approaching him. Can I help you, Hatake? Have you been here before? Asked Kakashi. Yes, I have. Then you know what we're up against. As Naruto nodded. We all know that this film is simply a cover to get Koyuki back. That's true, said Naruto, but our actions depend on you. What do you mean by that, Sasuke asked. Kakashi sighed. What he meant is that I'm our team's leader, but our mission is simply to protect her during this trip. To help this rebellion or not is up to me and me only. Then I suggest we do it, said Sasuke immediately. This might prove to be a challenge. Careful, Uchiha, said Naruto. This challenge, as you say, may be too much for you. Sasuke glared as he was about to respond to one of his Uchiha remarks, but he felt Kakashi's hand on his shoulder. Enough, Sasuke. He's right this time. You don't have many experience to seek up challenges like you do. What do you think, Uncle? Asked Kakashi. What do you think I think? She said with a smile. If they have shinobi, let them come. We can just chop them into little pieces. I should have expected that. What about you, Kizuraki? I've said it before. Coming here was a big mistake, said Naruto. Spoken like a true coward, said Sasuke. We are not protecting ourselves, Naruto said. And the forces might be great. Given what happened last time, I think that Dodo has upgraded security, Naruto said, not even looking at Sasuke. Well, I don't see us fighting anything, Uncle said. I'm bored out of my goddamn mind here, and boom, there was an explosion that shook the entire iceberg that you were on. Well, here's your fight, Naruto said as he summoned his katana in his left hand. I wonder who it is. What happened, Sobiki asked, landing beside her teammates with Sakura as well. We heard the explosion. Is everyone alright, Sakura asked. But no one said anything, as they were looking at the exploded area. When the smoke cleared, a kunoichi stood there, a blonde-haired kunoichi. Mother of God, Naruto said. Of all possible places. Jin Kazaraki, the kunoichi shouted. You goddamn son of a bitch. As Sobeki snorted, do all girls from your past greet you this way? No, said Naruto. Remember Yuki. Remember Snavi, said Sobeki. Touché, said Naruto. Meanwhile, Kakashi stepped forward. Yujito from Kumo, correct? Correct, said Yujito. Well, I have a good idea already, seen from your entrance, but I must ask, what is your business here? My business, she said. Well, I guess there will be no harm from telling you. I am here to brutally kill Kizaraki. Ouch, and I so hope for a place in your heart. Shut up, she said. So you're not here for a client then, Kakashi asked. You mean the girl? No, she's way below my pay grade. As Kakashi sighed in relief. Well, said Yujito, it's because it's their job, as 3 shinobis are behind her. Oh, so you bring reinforcement this time, Nico-chan, said Naruto. Screw you, she said. You will pay for what you did. Huh, you fought her too, Kizuraki, said Kakashi. Nah, not really. I simply knocked her up and ran away. What, Sobeki and Yujito said at the same time. As Naruto burst out laughing. That expression is just priceless, he said. Enough toying with them, Yujito senpai, one of the other Kumo ninjas said. You, Rattlesnake. Which one of them is Koyoki Kazahana? Oh, right there, Naruto said, as he pointed at Sasuke. He is. He certainly doesn't look like a princess, the dark-skinned girl from Kumo said. Well, he certainly acts like one, Naruto said, as he was not even looking at Sasuke's dead glare that Sasuke was sending towards him. Are you trying to screw with me, Kumo ninja said, as she grabbed the hilt of her blade. Screw with you? Are you blind or what? I'm still in my pants. How can I screw with you? She was about to lunge forward, but she was stopped by her teammate. Enough, Karu. Fighting him is not our job. But Darui, that bastard is pushing it. That's exactly what he's trying to do, said Darui. If you were to attack him now, he would simply kill you. Remember who we're dealing with. Yeah, said Karu. Oh, so they're here for her after all, said Uncle as he pulled a kunai. This should be fun. Samui-san, said Darui, as a blonde woman with large assets stepped forward. Jin Kizaraki, surrender the princess, Samui said, and we might let you go. You sure look confident in your skills, said Kakashi. Do you know who I am? As Samui nodded, indeed, Sharingan Kakashi. We are Kumo Elite and Naruto burst out laughing, stopping her. Elite, you say, he said. Please, if you're Kumo Elite, then I'm a goddamn Uchiha. As Samui narrowed her eyes, we are the Elite and we're fully capable of taking you down. As Naruto threw back his head laughing once more. You couldn't take me down last time, even with Nico-chan here. You still can't do a shit, he said. Oh, you think so, said Yujito. I know so. And besides, last time I was alone. This time, I have an entire team. With 2 Jonins on my side. Face it, you have no chance. We do not think so, Darui said. Suit yourself, Kakashi. You take that guy with a sword. He's proficient in water, lightning, and kinjutsu, so be careful. Uncle, that blonde girl is yours. She's pretty average, but she's still a Jonin. Sabeki, that multi girl over there, she's yours. You should be able to handle her. Uchiha, back her up. Sakura, just shut up and stay put. I'll take Nico-chan. Do you remember that I'm still in charge, Kizaraki? Kakashi asks. Fine then, what are your orders? My orders, Kakashi said. Well, I order everyone to do what Kizaraki just said to do. Very professional, Hatake, he said, as he turned to his opponent. Already, Nico-chan? As Yujito glared at him. Now wait a second, who will take me on then? As Naruto's eyes almost bulged out of his skull when he looked on top of the iceberg. Mother of God, he cursed. Why here, he said. Jin, what's going on at Sabeki? Kakashi, change of plans. Emergency withdrawal. Right now. What? Who is that, Kakashi says. He narrowed his eye. Don't blush and keep your cool. I'm Killer B, you goddamn fools. Killer B, said Kakashi. Never heard of you. Who are? Kakashi, this is no time to talk. Grab everyone and get the hell out of here. As he turned his back to Yujito. Big mistake. You're mine. As she thrust a punch at his head, already moved off with top speed. No, you're mine, he said as he ducked under attack and smashed his fist into her gut, knocking the air out of her. I knew you couldn't resist, attacking me from behind as he placed his sword at her throat. Time you, Kizaraki, said Karu as she drew her blade. Hey, hold it, one wrong move, and she lose her pretty head. Hey, you're going to let them leave, Naruto said, looking up at B, and I'll let her go. What do you mean let us leave? Sabeki asked in confusion and slight fear. I mean if I go with you, taking her as a hostage, they will simply follow us. I will have to stay. No, Sabeki shouted. We will not abandon you. Quiet, said Kakashi. What happened, Kizaraki? You were so demanding before. Well, you see that guy. That is Raikage's brother, as well as the ATL's Jinchuriki. He can take on our entire team and win. We have no chance. Another Jinchuriki, Kakashi thought. He knew that Yujito was, but that Killer B guy too? That was just ridiculous. I'm surprised that you don't know me, you. Me and your sensei fighting was a show. You fought sensei, said Kakashi. But what about you? Asked Uncle. Don't worry, I'll think about something. Now take Yuki and go. Jin, you don't have to do this to Yuki. If he's after my head, then let him have it. I won't let you sacrifice yourself. No, Yuki. You promised me that you will live. He's not after your head, he's after mine. And at least this way, I'll be the only one to perish. No, Jin, I won't let you. Sobeki fall face down as Kakashi caught her after knocking her out. Kakashi-sensei, said Sakura. We have no choice. I hope you know what you're doing, Kizaraki. Everyone, on board. As Naruto watched, a smile on his face as his group went off, as he started to laugh. Bravo, nice spectacle, said Killer B, clapping. A beautiful lie. Thank you, Naruto said, as he threw Yujito on her back as he put his blade at her throat. Now tell me, Nico-chan, are you still a virgin? He asked. Screw you, she said. So you are. Damn it, that's unfortunate. I told you to lose it before we meet again. Shut up, she said. Oh, no, that's an interesting situation. Because last time you were nothing but a bloody heap. Let her go, Kizaraki, said B. Sure, he says. He removed his blade and placed it on his shoulder, as Yujito dashed off instantly. So what is your real reason for coming out of your hole? It can't be for working for Dodo, can it? What do you think? B said. I see. So what is it? Sharp as always, Rattlesnake. I guess that's why my bro is holding you in such high regards. That, or probably with the fact that I grazed him across his left eye with that scar. Maybe that too, said B. How dare you, said Karu. How dare you to speak about Raikage-sama as if... Hishogi, Naruto said. As her eyes widened, she couldn't dodge in time as a spear of ice was coming towards her. But before it could go right through her chest, slice. It was stopped by the Narui sword. That wasn't very nice, Jin Kizaraki, said Narui. Sorry, I just wanted to shut her up. So, B, I'm still waiting for an answer, you know. Well, you see, B said, after your infiltration. Infiltration, Naruto said. Shame on you. Nico-chan, how could you deceive the entire village like that? What are you talking about, said B. Don't listen to him, Killer B Sensei, said Yujito. Sure, what did she tell you, that big bad Kizaraki infiltrated Kumo to kill Raikage or something? Actually, yes, said B. I can't believe it. You know that line is bad, Nico-chan, he said. Shut up and stop calling me that, she said. Sorry, but I had no, desire to infiltrate your village or to attack your Raikage. I was just meeting with my contact there. Nothing more, nothing less. Actually, it was a one-time thing. We were simply both close to that place, so we decided to meet there. It has nothing to do with your village. And I was already leaving when Nico-chan decided that she would capture me and alert the entire village by trying to do so. After I kicked the shit out of her, your brother arrived. I see, said B, but that has nothing to do with why I'm here. You see, bro was so fascinated with you, he decided to make you an offer to join Kumo. Huh? He would do that after what I did to him. He's doing it because of that. No one was able to hurt him in years, and you did it on your first try. And also, B said, he would train you personally to become the next Raikage. What? Yujito and Teru said at the same time. Wow, that's quite the offer, Naruto said. But can it wait for a bit, like a few years? There are things I have to do before. I'm afraid that's not possible, B said. Bro's impatient, and if you refuse, I'll have to kill you. You know I don't wish to fight you, B, said Naruto. Neither do I, and you can avoid it by just saying yes. Naruto closed his eyes. I guess I should test the power of the Hatsumi after all. Nah, Naruto says. He looked at B. So be it, as B draws 7 blades. Bad choice, because you're gonna die here. And so what, Naruto said. You know, I'm not afraid of dying. My reason for living was taken away from me a long time ago. As he snapped his eyes back open with the Sharingan blazing. I'm already dead. The only question is, how much people I'm gonna take in the underworld with me, he said with a smirk. As Naruto cracked his neck left and right, before leaping off the ground as Killer Bee jumped off as well, as the both of them clashed in mid-air. As Naruto laughed as he clashed against Killer Bee's blades, as the both of them pushed off and landed on the ground. Whatever you do, B said, do not use any lightning jutsu, especially defensive ones. Bro paid for that mistake by almost losing his eye. Well, he should have just listened and simply get out of my damn way. Flashback, Kumo. Well, I guess that's it, Naruto said as he brushed off his hands, looking at Nico down form. Next time we could just have sex rather than fight, he said, as she was nothing but a bloody mess on the ground. Well, she wasn't dead. Next time, there won't be a next time, said the voice. As Naruto turned, whoa ho ho, big man himself, huh? As he placed his sword on his shoulder, you know, you must have some confidence, not actually just hitting me from behind. You went and gave away your surprise. Was it you that defeated my soldiers? No, said Naruto. I thought so, Ace, as he activated his lightning armor. I said no, said Naruto. Before we get down to it, Naruto asked. I know that you know. Yes, you being a Kage killer, asked the Raikage. So why didn't you release that information in the bingo book? Well, you didn't cross Kumo path, so I had no interest to do so. Until today, you have made the biggest mistake of your life by coming here. You know, I wanted to avoid fighting you, said Naruto. Of course, the Raikage said, even I would have wanted to avoid fighting me. Not that, you moron, Naruto said. I don't need another Kage's corpse on my hand. As Naruto's eyes then mulf. Sharingan, the Raikage said. In the blink of an eye, Naruto was in front of the Raikage with his sword. The Raikage blocked the strike with his armed guards. Naive boy, my armor is crack. The Raikage eyes went wide and a crack appeared on his armed guard. Impossible. Is it, Naruto said. You know, you're not as smart as I thought. One of your Jinchuriki lies defeated. Several of your best Jonins are defeated as well. How did you think I do that? With luck? As the Raikage narrowed his eyes, your sword. Ding 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 ding. Good answer, pal. One of the legendary blades, Yukeniza. It can cut through almost anything, and your chakra armor is not an exception. Well then, I'll just have to evade being hit, the Raikage says. The in power is lightning armor. Way too easy, Naruto thought as a man came at him. As Naruto dodged a strike, jumping to the side, One blow and I'm a goner. Well, I have to just wait for the right moment. The Raikage leaped up in the air and came down that heel drop as Naruto jumped away. Holy shit, Naruto said, watching how much devastation a single heel drop caused. This guy's not pulling any punches. No time to look around, boy, said A as he started to move so fast around Naruto. As the man blurred out of view several times. As Naruto spin Harusu, he said, pulling his blade that slashed all around. But he hit nothing. As A appeared right in front of Naruto, grabbing his waist. A shame. You had so much potential. As he was about to deliver one of his most devastating attacks. I still have, said Naruto, as he grabbed the Raikage's hand. A eyes widened as the both of them were engulfed in water. The Raikage screamed as his greatest weapon was turned against him. Tis, Naruto said, as he walked to a kneeling Raikage and leaned on his shoulder with his elbow. That had to hurt, especially with the amount of chakra you poured into this thing. Anyway, I guess that my cue to leave. See you around, Naruto said, as he started to walk to Kumo's entrance, only to find A in his way 10 seconds later. Do not underestimate me, A shouted as he lashed out another punch. But after such a shock, his speed was clearly reduced, as Naruto ducked under his punch, and came with an upward slash. The Raikage clutched left side of his face in pain. A good warrior knows when to give up, Naruto says. He smashed his foot right into Raikage's chest, sending him right into a building. And he also knows when to run away. With that, Naruto reached the ice platform and flew away with it. As the Raikage exploded out of the building, he clenched his fist, but he had a smile on his face even though blood was running down his face. Jin Kazuraki, he said. End of the flashback. Naruto was laughing as he started to push Killer Bee back. Tuh, this kid is powerful, thought B. Even with my unpredictable sword style, he's able to push me back. Looks like bro was right about him after all, said B. What's the matter? You don't look so tough anymore, Naruto yelled. Fubuki. As Killer Bee backflipped away to avoid the deadly slash, but to his shot, Naruto's already at the part where he's about to land. He's fast. As Naruto made a fast upward slash, which B managed to block one of his blades. But Harusu, Naruto said, as Killer Bee blades were knocked out of his hands, as his hands were partly frozen. Damn him and his ice attacks, the Raikage brother thought, gritting his teeth. Naruto created another ice platform as he flew straight at B. Naive, said Killer Bee as he jumped over Naruto. But his eyes widened. He wasn't aiming for him. Karu, look out! As Naruto flew straight towards her, but she was ready to face him with her blade in her hand. Come on, you bastard, she says, she swung her blade as she shattered the ice platform completely. But Naruto flipped over just in time as he was about to slice off her head. Suddenly, Darui's sword blocked him. Darui, thank you, said Karu. A little early for that bitch, Naruto said, as he pushed Darui away and kicked Karu in the back. This is the last time that he saved her life. But he was cut off. Inferno, flamethrower, as he jumped to the left to avoid a massive blue fire thrown his way. So he finally came out to play Nico-chan. As Yuchito glared at him as she went on all fours. Hizuraki, she shouted. As Naruto also glanced to see Karu charged at him from behind. Hishogi, Naruto said, as the blade of ice came so fast. She couldn't block it, but Killer Bee saved her life. I wonder, why did you take this girl with you? I almost killed her 4 times already. Can she do anything special, Naruto asked. No one said anything. She can't? That's a damn waste. Tell her to stay away because she will just get in the fight. Goddamn Sharingan, even though bro has warned me about it, I never expect this guy to be so good at it, said B. Everyone listen up, he's better than I anticipated. Daru, you're with me. We're taking him head on. Yujito, you cover us with long area ninjutsu. Samui and Karui, you stay back and attack only on my command. Got it? Yes, Killer Bee Sensei. Alright, let's check it out. As B and Daru charge at Naruto at both sides, taking him from both sides. Clash! As Naruto blocked their strikes. As Darui then sliced Naruto in his back, making him gasp out in pain. The final sting, said B as he was about to slice Naruto in half. But the moment his blade touched him, Naruto crumbled to ice. Disperse! As the both of them jumped away, nearly escaping a massive blade of ice that came from the ground. As Naruto appeared as he was about to send another attack while he was in mid-air with Darui. Infinite Fire Arrow! Another jutsu from Yujito as he pushed himself and backflipped several times. As a large amount of blue fire arrows came from her mouth. Damn it all, Naruto says he created one more ice platform and outfly all the arrows. You guys are so annoying, he said, as he flew straight towards her. As he thrust his blade forward. She twisted her body, but he twisted his body just in time, surprising her when he was right in front of her. He was too fast for her. As he was about to cling, as it got blocked by Darui's sword. You know what? Screw this, Naruto said, as his eyes then morphed into the Mongita Sharingan. As the both of their eyes connected, Darui screamed in pain, falling face first on the ice. Darui, said B, as he threw one of his swords at Naruto. It's useless, Hatsubi, Naruto said. What have you done to him? Said B, holding the unconscious body of Darui in his arms. Oh, that? I simply removed him from the picture. Remove him, huh? Red chakra started to bubble around B. Sensei, said Yujito. Take Darui and go. This era won't be safe for much longer. Yujito grabbed him and jumped away. Boy oh boy, Naruto said happily. Finally, some real action. But I can't face you in that form without some power up, he said. As he placed his sword in front of him, code SOL. I don't know what you just did, B said as he stand up, 6 tails behind him. But this will not help you, as he rushed straight at Naruto trying to punch his lights out. No one except my brother can dodge my attacks in this form. And indeed, Naruto did not dodge, he simply caught B's fist. Impossible, B said. No one can. Naruto sliced him across his chest, making him step back in shock. Oh, he cut through my chakra cloak. Who is this kid? Hey, snap out of it, or this kid will cut your head off. Use your swords, said Hatsubi. Right, said B, as he drew his blades once more, and faced Naruto. As B rushed towards Naruto, Naruto started to block sword strikes. As B managed to break through Naruto's defense a few times, slicing him. As he got some nasty cuts as he fell to one knee. Asshole, he said. You fought well, I'll give you that. But I'm going to finish the mission right now. I guess I should stop holding back so much, Naruto said, as he got back up to his feet. Killer Bee's sword then hit a strange end of shield before Naruto vanished completely. Where the hell did he go? Yukikaze, Naruto said, right behind B. Killer Bee gasped out in pain, his chest exploding with blood as he collapsed down face first. B, you idiot, said Hatsubi, as B's body started to change. Son of a bitch, Naruto said, as he looked at the octopus' true form. Jinkazuraki, it screamed. This is your end, as a black spear appeared in front of his mouth. Yes, I have no choice, Naruto said. If he nails me with that, I'll be obliterated. As he released a seal on his hand. Die! As the A-tail fired off the beam. As the beam enveloped him completely. A few seconds later, they both were gone, the beam, as well as Jin. He was good, very good. A shame he had to die so young. Oh, that's a high praise, coming from a demon, Naruto said. Hatsubi looked up sharply. What? You should be... But he couldn't get to finish that as Naruto landed and placed one paper seal right on his forehead. The thing roared and twitched in pain and destroyed the remains of the iceberg. As Naruto landed on the water surface, as he pocketed his 3-palm kunai, as Killer Bee's body landed, fell face first into the water. As Naruto called for his blade and made his way towards B. Stop! As the remaining Kumo team landed. Oh, there you are. And I was just about to look for you. Stand down, Kizaraki, Samui said, holding her blade with shaking hands. We surrender. You won. Now leave. Oh? And why should I do that? Several minutes ago you guys were about to kill me. Why should I spare any of you? As Yujito bared her fangs at him. You must be tired right now. Do you think you can take on another Jinchuriki and 2 other shinobi in that state? Naruto blurred out of view and appeared right between the 3 of them. Idiots, he said, as he kicked the 3 of them away from him. Yujito grunted, getting up once again. You will not lay a finger on... Shut up, Naruto said, interrupting her. As he dismissed his sword. What are you doing, she said. Isn't it obvious, he asked. I'm ending our fight. Now let me look at those 2. If you touch him, Samui said. I'm not going to kill them, you idiot. If I was, I would simply kill the 3 of you first. But why? Simple. I wasn't paid for this, he said. Fine, said Yujito. As she knew, when he wasn't paid for things, he didn't really care a damn about them. What do you need to look at them for? Well, first of all, as he ripped the seal off of Killer Bee's forehead, these aren't easy to make, you know. He will be up in a couple of hours. Send him my regards anyway. It was a good fight. Alright, said Yujito with a nod. And Darui? As Naruto approached him and touched his forehead with 2 fingers. There, I hit him with a very strong genjutsu. And if I didn't do that, he would have remained there forever. I see, said Yujito. So what now? What? You wish to fight again, Naruto asked. No, the three girls said. Now take them and go, and tell the Raikage that patience is a good trait. He could have lost his brother and his best man today. But he didn't. Tell him I will consider his offer, but not today. My priority right now is elsewhere. Alright, we will, Samui said. Well then I'm off, he says. He created another ice platform and jumped on top of it. Yujito? Yes, she said. Surprised that he called her by her name and not his usual Nico-chan. Do pop that cherry before we meet again, alright? I'm not into virgins, you know, he said, as he winked at her before flew away. That son of a... But guys, if you end this episode right here, if you want to next part of this, know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, turn bell notifications, stay posted, and also, go ahead and check out the new episode of What If Naruto Was Given a Second Chance over on Anime King and enjoy that, guys. And he also posted a new episode of What If Naruto Learned the Clone Secret in the beginning. So go ahead and check out that and enjoy as well. But for now, I'm out of here. See you guys soon. Peace.